In this episode of Sparks and Grit Garage, we're going to see if we can build some custom inner fender aprons for my 73 Pro Street Mach 1 build. I've never done any bead rolling really to speak of, so stick around. This should be interesting. You know, I've got my basic template made up here, and I've got my brake lines put in and everything. Right here, I'm going to end up taking some material out of here, or most likely what I will do is I'll build a box over this to come over and down so that these are on the outside of the car and this is watertight. You hit water puddles and stuff, you know, it won't anything fly up in there on the headers and stuff. It can still come in from the bottom, of course, but it'll make it nice looking and tidy. So I'll build something to go over this. But basically these brake lines are right where I want them and where they're going to be in the panel. I've got here to add 3/4 of an inch onto this for a flange, and add 4.5 inches there and 3 7/8 here, so that it'll go all the way over and then have a flange. And then I'll use a profile tool to take care of this and figure something out with that hole later. That's not a big deal, but I think this is going to look better. And then once I'm done with this side, I'll go ahead and make one for the other side. It's not going to be the same because of all of this irregularities here. It's just shaped differently than it is over here. This side's more flat, but the other side, it'll be close, but a little bit different. Basic dimensions of it will be pretty much the same, and the brake lines maybe, I don't know yet. We'll see how that goes, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move forward with making the panel for this one, and cut that out, put some brakes in it, and then do a mock-up here. And once I get it fitting the way I want, pretty close, I'm going to have extra on the ends to allow for shrinkage when I do the bead rolling in the center of it and everything. So should be okay on that note. We're going to head over to the old fast cut and start drawing this up in TurboCAD. Okay, so somehow I messed up my measurement here, obviously, but we may be able to still use this panel for the other side. If not, you know, whatever. But I've already modified the drawing, so we're going to cut another one that adds the extra on here, changes that angle. So let's cut another one. So we got all this, got our flange material there, some flange material here, and all this extra over here, and it is got the extra added on there, the extra 4.5. So we're good to go. So the next thing we got to do is come in here and remove all of this stuff, and that will make room to put this panel in there and test fit it accurately after we get our brake lines all put in. I can already tell by sliding it up here that it's a good fit. You know, once I get this flanged the way I want it, it's going to fit in there really nice, and I'll get these brake lines in there. But first we're going to cut all this other stuff out. Okay, as you can probably see, I overbent these bends here. And then I had to unbend them a little bit in the brake. Which, you know, it's not really the right way, I don't think. But, you know, it's just metal. You know, sheet metal, and it can be fixed. But, yeah. So I think we're pretty close. If you look here, you know, I still have to put my brake here, but I think I cut too much off this end because I wanted to have 5/8. I wanted a 5/8 90 flange over here on the front on the core support to weld, and I wanted a step down flange on this end to go under this to also spot weld, but I may have cut too much off. So what I'm going to try to do is I've got about 1/8 inch over here that I can move this panel down. I can move it this way about 1/8 of an inch, and I've got this marked for 3/4 of an inch. I left a little extra there. So 7/8, I can get a 7/16 flange on each end maybe, and you know, or at least maybe a 3/8. I may be able to get by with that. So the top and the bottom, I think they look good. I think I'm going to have about, you know, a 1/2 inch here. I can step down to put under here and weld, and of course there's plenty down here. There's plenty of meat left there that I could trim if I need to. But all in all, you know, I don't think it's going too bad. You know, worst case scenario, you know, cut another piece of 18 gauge panel that's a little bit longer, take these dimensions. It's just part of it for me, but I might be able to make this one work. And then what I want to do is, once I get, you know, all my flange there, my flange here, my flange there, all in, what I want to do is I kind of like to come in here and put some kind of a design. I'm going to put some step down pockets in here, or try to. I might put some like 3, you know, try to make it look like the taillight of a Mustang in here. I'd like to spell out the name of the car, which I haven't told you what it is yet, but we're going to reveal that at a later date. I'd like to do that, but I'm just not good at this, you know, so I don't even think I have, you know, the right dies. I may have to make some more bead roller dies to be able to write something in here and make it look right. But I think I could actually, with what I have, make some designs in here that look pretty cool and add strength as well. So that's what I'm going for. So we're going to keep moving forward, see what happens. I'm going to go as far as I can with this panel before I scrap it. Well, this is what I came up with for a pattern. And I don't know about you, but it looks pretty ambitious for somebody who hasn't done any bead rolling to speak of, really. Done a little bit, but this is advanced compared to what I've done already. So yeah, I think it's pretty ambitious. But what we have to do now is to transfer this onto this panel. Then we're gonna do some test pieces. I'm gonna get some pieces of 18 gauge, and I'm gonna transfer some of these same patterns onto that 18 gauge metal, and then I'm gonna go over to the bead roller and see if I can do it. So my bead roller does not have a variable speed like a lot of them do, so I'll either have to do the straight lines here like this, like that, straight, and then stop and pull the pin and turn the hand wheel by hand while I'm working it around there. Or just do the whole thing with a hand wheel, maybe, I don't know. But we'll see. Bead rolling coming up. We are transferred. So let's see here. Kind of hard to see with that reflection of the light on it. Y'all sorry about that. So we are going to now transfer a couple of these shapes onto a test panel. This one here. I think it turned out good enough that I'm willing to try it on my finished panel. You know, if I mess it up, I'll make another one, but hopefully I won't have to because this stuff's expensive. So let's see what we can do. All right, now we're just snugged up there. So we're gonna go another turn. And I really probably need to have some kind of a table out here. I don't have a table to rest my panels on while I'm doing this. So we're just gonna have to try it like we are, see what happens. I know this is gonna be in the way. All right, let's go. Let's go back a little bit. All right, let's see. We'll give it another half a turn. All right, let's go. Now listen, this didn't turn out perfect. Probably not nearly as good as some of you more experienced folks would have done. But I'm not totally upset with this, you know, I mean, for my first time, it don't look too bad to me. So, you know, it does have some crown to it now from all the shrinking that happened inside here, kind of drew it in. So I'm gonna have to remedy that, but look, I still have to put these bend lines back in. You know, this thing, I don't know. I may scrap the whole thing, I don't know. I'd like to continue to use it, but I'm gonna try to planish these areas out to where it was bent before, and I straighten it again, and then go ahead and bend it again. And I've watched some videos from a guy named Ron Covell, as well as many others. But he explained it pretty well about how you can go in here and do some shrinking on the edges and remedy this issue with the crown. Also, I've got to put the weld flanges in here and up here. So that'll help with that too. So, and then once I get it welded in, I mean, I don't think it'll be an issue, but I've still got to come in here and smooth all this up, use one of those flap wheels or conditioning wheel or something like that, and just smooth all these bosses out, embosses, I guess what you call them. You can see back here, these lines right around here. And that's from where I went too deep. I exceeded the depth of my my offset wheels here, and so the outside edge of the wheel got in here, and it actually scratched it and made a little bit of an impression in it too. So I don't know, I'm hoping I can use these panels, use this panel. If not, I'll make two going forward, but hopefully I'll just have to make one more. But anyway, on the next episode, The other one and this one will be finished, and we'll go ahead and install those in the car, and we're going to put the reliefs in the bottom of the frame rails for the rack and pinion tie rod boots. So got a lot going on in the next one. Like I said, I'm okay with this. I think we can make this work. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. And if you like this, if you like watching me mess up and fumble my way through doing things, go ahead and subscribe. It don't cost anything, and you know, I won't be mad about it. But anyway, even if you don't, if you want to watch again, come on back. Be glad to have you. Keep rocking.